Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the Happy Toothbrush. Ooh, it's so cute. Ooh. I think it's super adorable, and it goes with the other happy teeth stuff that I have going on right now. Not a fan of using the pointy beads that are like this. If you have the round beads, that would be much more awesome, I think, but otherwise it's hard to find a place to put the smiley face on this one, but I think this works out pretty well. You just kind of cool minty toothbrush. So band wise, it is 216 bands for the green part that I have here. The white is 48, and then this is like 13 blue, although I might add a couple more, so it'll be like 15. And then you have, these are 9mm pony beads, and you can use bands or the beads. And then you have the cheeks and the mouth. So not too shabby. We'll get started. So we want to make the eyes first. I'm going to use a pony bead to do that. You can also use a band if you need to. And you want to put them on the color that your toothbrush is going to be. If you're going to use the pony beads, you're going to want something, the smaller 7mm pony beads, something that you can thread through them. This is a piece of craft wire into a V shape. You can also use string, thread, floss, anything that will get that shape. Then you'll take two bands that are the color of your toothbrush, and then close it up and thread it through your bead. Like that. Then you want two of those. If you don't have a bead, you can still use a band. So you put that on the hook, wrap it around once, grab both bands, wrap them around again, and then pull through two bands that are the color of your toothbrush. Like so. So you want two eyes. The cheeks are made the same way, just whatever color you want the cheek, on the hook, wrapped around once, and grab both, wrap them around again, and then pull through two bands that are the color of your toothbrush. I like that. So two cheeks as well. And then we'll get started. Wrong end of the loom towards us, and we're going to start like right down on the bottom because we work out that way. So first, we're going to start with the little brush part portion. And it'll be 3 X's with cap bands. So it's 2 bands. We just want to start left to the right at an angle, and then go right on top of that with 2 more bands. So that's 1 X, and then another. And again. So it's 3 X's. Then on each one of these pins we want a cap band. It'll be 2 bands wrapped around one time, or 2 times, however you kind of look at it there. So 1, 2, like that. Then I'm going to go through the cap band on the side that has the band on the bottom. Go through that, grab that 2 bands, pull them up through, and then pull them all the way back across the loom. Then do the left side. Then start over here, it's the band on the bottom. And the left. And the right. And left. Like that. Push those down. Then we're going to do 3 rows all the way around this little portion here. So it's 2 bands. This is 1 row. Then you flip the bottom 4 all the way around. Like that. Push down, do our second row. Yeah, flip the bottom 4. Just gonna pull this up a little bit and stick it. Push down, and then one more row all the way around. Like that. Then flip the bottom 4. Like that. Unstick everything. Now what we want to do is puff all of these that are on the pin into our toothbrush color. No more white. I'm going to use the tie-dye bands. It's hard to know what to do with them sometimes, but so what we're going to do is you go in through the bands that are on the pin with your hook, grab 2 bands that are the color of your toothbrush, pull them up through, put both ends on your hook, then pop off the ones that are on the pin, and then the ones that are on your hook go back onto the pin. And you're going to do that all the way around. Weird working so close to the end of the loom. Like that. So now they're all puffed with the toothbrush color. So now what we want to do is add our mouth band. So what we're going to do, I hope I have this counted right. Hopefully I don't have to move it, but we'll count down. So here's the end of our toothbrush brush part. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So across these 2 pins, so I'm going to put my band here on, wrap around once. We're going to stretch the mouth like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th. Now we're going to do our X's again that we did before, starting right here. It's 2 bands. We just go across, make our X's. We're going to make 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, Now when you get to here, this is only the 6th X. You're going to take your mouth band and you'll flip it up over the middle here. And then do our 7th. Like that. And we'll add our cap bands. It's 2 bands wrapped around, well, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 X's. So I'm going to loom this portion out. So we'll go in through the right side because that's where the bottom one is. Going through the cap band, pull it back towards itself. Going through the other side. Pull that back. Now, we have our mouth band here. What I want to do when I pull my bands across, I'm going to go under my mouth band. So I'm inside of it. I'll go over to the right pin. It gets a little tricky. You can pull this over the top, maybe that'll be easier. So I just lifted it straight up, pulled it over, go in through the top 4 bands, grab those bottom 2, pull them across, then bring that mouth band back towards the center. And I'll pull it over to the other side, going in through the top 4 bands. I'm not hooking the mouth. Grab those bottom 2, pull them over and back towards themselves, and that mouth band. So the mouth band should just be wrapped around that center. It shouldn't be tied into what we're doing with the, like what I'm doing with the tie-dye bands. And then we'll just go back down the rest of the loom here, alternating which side we start on. And it's tight for a little bit here. You can see my loom kind of smooshing in. Could be the bands that are aggravating that as well, but like that. So now what we're going to do is a row around, and we're going to make sure to move our mouth band because we want that captured in one row. So push everything down. And I'll just start down here. Do a row. It's a very colorful toothbrush. So this next one here, I'm going to take that mouth band, pull it up over the pin like we did before, like straight up, and just pull it back. Put on my next 2 bands right here, and then flip over the mouth band. Then we'll go around. This time the mouth band, I'm going to pull it up and then bring it up to the pin, or down to the pin around. Put the next bands on, and then flip that mouth band back. Then just do the rest of the row. So like that. You can really see the little dip. So I'll go ahead and flip the bottom 4 all the way around, except for right here where we have the join at the toothbrush. There's going to be actually 8 to flip over. it'll be the 4 and those puffing bands. Like that. Push everything down. Now we're going to do another row all the way around, but we're going to add our face to it. There. There's a little something on my bead. So again, start down. So here's the mouth band right here. So the spot right above is where an eye will go. And then I want to pull the mouth band over again. Then we'll put on a cheek. Then flip that mouth band back. And 2 bands around. And then I'm actually going to take the mouth band and put it down on this pin. Put on a cheek. Then flip the mouth band over. And then the other eye. So if you just look at it, you have the little kind of U shape here. Then it's the cheek with the mouth and then the eyes. And the rest is the 2 bands. So like that. Then we'll flip the bottom 4 all the way around. My kids love to play with toothbrushes. Besides just for brushing teeth. So I think it's great that in our town we always, if we go to like the kids expo or parades or anything like that, it seems like they're always giving out free toothbrushes. Because the kids, they go through them, the youngest two are what I'm talking about, but they play with them and then they want to play with it like in the tub and like they're scrubbing the tub and like, yeah, you're not brushing your teeth with those again. I mean, the tub's clean, but no. So it's like they have play toothbrushes. Just untucking the center here a little bit. And push everything down. Then we're going to do another row all the way around. like that. Flip the bottom 4. Try not to have your loom fall apart on you. I think I need a new base plate. Came off on both ends. No! Well, you're not being very nice right now. Stay. Alright. Risky. Get these over. Hopefully yours doesn't do that. Oh sure. Now lose a band. Doing so well. See all the things you have to deal with when you're looming? Gotta be like problem solver. Luckily we're almost done, so if you're having this issue, just hang on. I figured out that if you don't squeeze the loom, but if you only are applying pressure to the pin bar that you're working on, that does help to avoid the loom collapsing. But then you have to hold it all weird, or what feels weird. Push everything down. Now we're going to do a little half row, or not quite a full half row, but what you want to do is come and start counting over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's right above the eyes is where we're going to start. We're just going to come around this little portion and stop right here. Try not to pick up 2 of the same color. Oops, stop. Stop! Right there. Just this portion right here. Then you flip over the bottom 4, except for right here. On the starting ones, we don't flip those over. Right now. So then right here, where we have our little lip, because we are going to close next, you're just going to grab the bottom 2 bands and flip those over the top. Same over here. Bottom 2. Flip them over. So we still have 4 on the pins. So push everything down. Kind of want to make sure again that everything in your middle section is unstuck. End here, flip that over, because now we're going to close this, and it's going to be closed by braiding, or what I call braiding. So to do that, I'm going to start up here on the end by the face. I'm going to go in through the bands on the right pin, take them off onto my hook, go into the bands on the left pin right across from it, and then I will pull those left band ones through the right band. Then we'll go back to the right, pull pull those up. And sometimes I don't even get them off the pin before I'm trying to pull them through. But get those off, pull them through the left ones that were on your hook. Then go over to the left. I'm almost done. Stay on there. Pull those through. And just keep pushing back. My mouth is stuck. There we go. Pushing back and alternating the sides that you go on to braid. Let's go left, right, left, right. Just keep rolling back the toothbrush. Take your time. So obviously you don't want to lose at this point. Especially if you had, like me, where your loom collapsed and you're like, never going to get this done. Falling apart. Just keep going. It's going to get a little squishier when you get to where the bristles are. Just kind of keep pushing it back. Don't worry too much about how much you're pulling on the toothbrush, because we're going to have to fix the, kind of make it flatter when we're done anyways. So don't worry too much how far out you're pulling the bands. And then be careful when you get towards the end, because it's going to be much easier for this to all pop off, because it likes to get stuck on that last pin there in the center. So make sure you're hanging on to your last little section there. Then get the last right one. And then when you have the last two sections on your hook, don't pull them through each other. Take two bands or a band, pull them through, everything on your hook, both ends on, make a slip knot, and then you'll want to hide your tail in your toothbrush. Grab it, pull it down in until the knot kind of pushes down inside. And then you'll notice you're going to have a little curve here. So just take your toothbrush and go on the back side where we did the braiding and just start grabbing those braiding bands and pulling them. Because it's just because we pulled really tight while we were this way. We pulled tight while we were braiding, so then they get tight, and then that's what distorts the toothbrush so that it's not the flat shape. You kind of want to squish it flat too. It might take a little bit. Just kind of keep looking at it until you get it the way you want it. Like my knot, I think, is still poked up a little bit more than I want it to be, so I'm going to shove that down in there. And my bands, my tail bands are poking out still. Give it some stretching. Those tail bands. Tell ya. Then just keep adjusting. I had it there for a second, but then I started playing with it again. Not too bad. A little bit more. And sometimes pulling on that first row helps as well. Like that. Sweet toothbrush. Awesome. in our face. I usually kind of push the eyes in a little bit, and you want to stretch out your mouth so it looks a little bit more like a smile. And adjust your cheeks if you need to. Now for the toothpaste that goes on it, you need some bands. So you take your bands. The first ones are 2 bands on the hook, double them, then grab all 4 bands, double them again, and then we're going to pull through 4 bands that are, or 4 steps, I guess. It'll be 2 bands doubled, and we'll do that 4 times. So here's 1. Pull it through everything on your hook. Back on. So that's 1. Do it again. On the hook doubled. 2. 3. And 4. Now we're going to pull through 5 single doubled bands. So 1 band, doubled, pull it through. That's 1, so we need 4 more. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 5. The last one we're going to tie it off into a slip knot. So I'm going to pull the ones that are closest to the hook through the other ones and just tie it off. So it looks like this. So what you want to do is you'll take your hook and you'll just go in through, like I usually go where I switch between the double bands and the single ones. Go in through and you just kind of turn it and you pull it until you change the direction of the toothpaste. And you can do it wherever you want. Just kind of curl mine over like that. Looks pretty good. So then you can either use the toothpaste color or the toothbrush color. It's really up to you. But you just want to take your hook, go in through a couple bands on the bottom, pull a band through, and we'll do another one up here, pull another one through. So it looks like this. So what we want to do, I'm just going to kind of hold it next to, I take my hook, go in through one of them, find a little spot on the top of the bristles, grab the other one. I think I want to grab more of the bristle though. Like that, better. Grab the other side. Pull through. So I pulled it through the bristles, and I'll pull through the other end of the band, and I can pull tight like that. Do that again through one side, and we'll go through the bristles. Grab the other side of the band, pull it through the bristles, pull through the other band, pull tight. And I'll just go up through the bottom of the toothbrush, grab my loose bands and pull them down in. Trying not to snag everything else. Just pull it till it's tight. Then we can re-hide the other ends. So like so. Awesome. Cute little toothbrush to go with the toothpaste, floss, and mouthwash so far. I think they're cute. And I tried to make it so that the neck of the toothbrush is a little bit thinner than the bottom portion. It's not quite showing up as well with the tie-dye one, but I think it shows up better with the green one. Let's do a little bit more positioning on the bottom to get them to lay as flat as possible, but that just takes a little bit of patience. But I hope that you enjoyed these little cuties. If you make one of them or a bunch of them, you should share them with me on my Instagram, which is at Crafting Fantastic, or on my Facebook, which is feelinspiffy. And then, of course, it is amazing. It is awesome when you subscribe to my channel, so you know when I'm coming out with new things. Very exciting for me. So, but I hope you like these. Thank you very much for watching. I will definitely have more for you soon. Happy looming.